Ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, I say a few things very often. When someone says, let me be clear, what they're about to say more often than not will be absolute poo-poo. Another one is when anyone starts a sentence with, as a fill in the blank. They are appealing to their own experience to make their opinions more worthwhile, and generally speaking, their opinions suck. Behold!
As somebody that
And for that, he got a bullet in the neck.
Okay, as somebody that runs the counter organization to Charlie Kirk's Turning Point, that is not the point of what Charlie Kirk was doing. Charlie Kirk did not decide to debate high-profile debaters, people like Destiny or people on the left that would actually give him a real debate. In fact, he even denied debating Dean Withers. I was literally with him when he did that, okay? So it's not like he was going in to have a real debate. He would go to
But he did have real debate.
No, he would go to these college campuses to debate kids that were very much underprepared so that he could clip them and then raise money for Turning Point to go out there and then register voters. Okay.
Then don't debate him.
I think that's brilliant. Okay. That's why I'm trying to replicate it. But you cannot say that he was there for free speech because that's not really free speech, especially when Charlie Kirk went and tried to he denied us from going into his events just because we were Democrats. He canceled our permits, even though we had permits that we paid for.
You wouldn't argue
that's not free speech.
But you wouldn't argue that he would regularly, and I mean almost on a daily basis, debate with people who he didn't agree with.
College students, unprepared college
Let
students.
me throw it back.
That's real debate.
In comparison to the highly skilled debater, Destiny, the poor little college students. There's so much I have to say about this. I'm going to let it roll for another minute and 10 seconds.
Back at you something. I'm interested about your response to this.
Yeah.
He went to the Oxford Union in April, May this year.
Yeah, he did.
And he debated a guy during the appearance there who then became the president-elect of the Oxford Union, who, when Charlie Kirk was murdered, reacted by posting LOL, laughing out loud, and then he said, Charlie Kirk just got shot, let's effing go, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Yeah,
he celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk, who was killed, let's be clear, because he had views that the person who killed him didn't agree with.
Yeah.
That person continued to want to be president-elect of a debating society. Do you agree that it's not a question of free speech or cancel culture, that he was incompatible with the position of being president of a debating society if you celebrate someone's murder for their speech?
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
So that's good.
We can agree on that.
I watched the way
that's one hell of a concession. Can you believe what this? The account is. Let me get the escape. Let me get the account. It's Z Cohen Sanchez. There's a funny joke about Cohen Sanchez. I'll tell you. Well, it's not a Cohen Sanchez. It's a similar type joke. Tweeted out, the right wants to pretend Charlie Kirk died defending free speech. Please. And now Piers Morgan says people should be fired for making jokes about Charlie. But he was the victim when he got fired over Meghan Markle. Funny how cancel culture is only bad when it's aimed at Piers. Do you know what's amazing? Here. And now Piers Morgan says people should be fired for making jokes about Charlie. I'm going to keep this in the backdrop in case I need to go back to it. When the jokes about Charlie, and I'll put that in quotes, and I'll say it in quotes for those who are listening on podcasts. When the jokes about Charlie are jokes about his murder, it's not a joke about Charlie. Oh, Charlie was short. Charlie was fat. Charlie had a receding hairline. No. When the jokes are about the murder, what the, quote, jokes are is a glorification of murder, assassination, and violence. Oh, but they're just jokes. LOL, let's go at a murder is not a joke about Charlie. It is a celebration of terrorism. And this woman goes and purports that Charlie wasn't engaging in free speech because he would only go debate with poor, unprepared college students. Oh, I'm sorry, the intellectual elite of the world, allegedly, poor, unprepared college students who are sure as hell opinionated despite their unpreparedness. And then she says, oh no, he doesn't debate with Destiny? Like Destiny is the measure of the debater on the left? I watched Destiny debate Joe Neerman, Good Logic, yesterday. I watched about 10 minutes of it because if I wanted to watch a shit show, I would go see what my dog is doing in her bed right now. My paralyzed dog. I'd go see shit shows there. Pissing shit shows. Destiny is also a man who celebrates and promotes the murder of innocent people like he did with respect to Corey Comparatori being murdered at the Butler rally. So Destiny's another man. One reason I won't have a discussion with him, go watch the debate with Joe Neerman and you'll see what a screaming match with a moron looks like. And I'm not talking about Joe Neerman here, good logic if you don't know him. I'm talking about Destiny, talking over, it's like there's no point in having a moderator when one person talks over the moderator. But Destiny is also a man who I said, my line in the sand is I'm not talking to evil people who celebrate the death of innocents, period. Making jokes, quote, about Corey Comparatori. If you go to a Trump rally, I'll celebrate when you get murdered. They're not people I want to dignify with a conversation. They're not people who have any insights, despite whatever clicks it might get. So this woman says it's not free speech to go to a campus and exploit those poor, unprepared college students who willingly take the stage. All right. I don't agree with her because I think it's an idiot, but she doesn't believe that that's free speech, and yet she wants to replicate that model. Interesting confession through projection. Charlie Kirk was not engaged in free speech because he exploited poor, unprepared college students, but it's a good model. I want to replicate it, says, what was her name? Z. Cohen Sanchez. I want to replicate it. So I'm not interested in free speech, but then I complain when we get our permits canceled, allegedly by Charlie Kirk, when we want to attend his events. Well, considering what happened, he's probably right to not let in batshit crazy lunatics. And I don't know what power Charlie Kirk would have to cancel your permits anyhow. But what is also not free speech is disruptive conduct. It's the heckler's veto is not free speech. So you don't get to say free speech, give me some permits so I can go and interrupt and disturb a conference, a debate, an event that is supposed to celebrate free speech. But it's quite amazing what they confess through their accusations of others. Charlie Kirk wasn't interested in free speech, but I want to replicate his model. Well done, Z. Cohen Sanchez. I got to get in on one of these stupid Jubilee debates. Be fun. That's the intro rant, people. Good afternoon.